Hi everybody, I'm Kevin. This is Maya. We are going to test out some antennas for the flipper. What we are testing is the antenna that's in the flipper, an antenna that came with the CC1101 module. This one's a straight one. This one's a kind of a spring wire one, kind of like what's inside the flipper. And then testing a quarter wave monopole at 433 megahertz and testing a few quarter wave ground plane antennas with different antenna lengths to see what works best. Our test setup is I've got this temperature sensor module that transmits at 433 megahertz, and the flipper can read the signal. So what we're going to do is we're going to be setting the sensor up and then kind of walking out and see if we can read the signal. The sensor only sends the signal about once a minute, which isn't fast enough for us. So we've also rigged up this relay on an Arduino to reset the module every few seconds, so it sends out a signal about every 8 seconds, I think. So we're going to get set up and get going and probably set it up here on the porch and then be walking out in the field and see how far we can get the signal. Alright, so Maya's going to show us how we get to the weather menu that we're using. It might be hard to see here, but we're going to apps, subghz, and then down to weather station, and we hit read weather station, and if things work like they're supposed to, about every 10 seconds we should get a new reading here. There's one. Alright, so we're going to start walking and see how far. Start walking and see how far we can see the signal. Probably about 20 feet here. We'll pull the phone out and get GPS coordinates when we get the farthest we can get. So this is with just the flipper.
Got another one.
Got another one here. Okay, let's go a few feet farther.
Yeah.
Got one? Okay. Keep going. All right, let's wait here and see if we get one. Seconds longer. I'm going to grab the GPS coordinates with my phone because we'll just use that to calculate how far everything is when we're all done. Alright, so we're stuck at 8 here. Why don't you start moving closer until you get a signal, Maya? Try there. Wait there. Nothing? I thought we just got a signal there a bit ago.
Yeah.
There's one. You got one, right? No.
I didn't feel it.
Okay.
I just got one though.
Okay. This is about where you got the last one too, right?
Yeah.
So I guess this is... Alright. Alright, so we'll measure it, but that looks like 35 feet, 40 feet. Can I get you to write down coordinates?
Mm-hmm.
To the pen. The antenna that came with the CC1101 module, so that's this one. And actually it's on the module already, so you can just insert that and then switch over to the external antenna. And we're doing that through the subghz menu radio settings. Alright, that's set to external. And back to the weather app. All right, start reading and let's see how far that one can go. I think that one's actually worse than the... Okay, got a signal, huh? Okay. Got a signal?
Yeah.
Okay. Got a signal? Okay, well, that's promising. We want something line of sight. Got to kind of keep your fingers away from the antenna, it seems, too. It's kind of picky to that. Got a signal there. All right, we're going to stay right about here, Maya, with this antenna. Look up the... Coming over here, we'll look up the coordinates and then switch the antenna. All right. So this time I've got 42. Oh, so this is the called the CC1101 antenna. See, now it's picking up signals and I'm holding on to the antenna. 42, 45, 15. Is that the same as before?
Yep.
That makes sense. We haven't changed our latitude. We're going east or west. And then minus 88, 26, 47. Is that different than before, at least?
By 1 second.
Okay. I can measure these from the house, though. I'm more concerned when we get out in the field with the better antennas. So, all right, let's swap this antenna out. Take that one off. You can leave the card plugged in, though.
This card? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The next antenna we're going to try is another one that commonly comes with those CC101 boards. So the first one we just tried, I would call it just a whip antenna, and it's only, I think I measured it to like 13 centimeters or something. It's pretty short. It's definitely not tuned for 433 megahertz. These little coil antennas are in theory tuned for about that. How many readings do we have? Do we have to reset it? It only records like 50.
I'll reset it just
Okay.
in case.
Are we getting any signals? No.
Not yet.
Okay. We might need to go closer. Why don't you let me hold it up? And I'll do the same thing. See if I have to walk closer. Oh, there I got a signal. Okay. Seems like just about the same. Hey?
Yeah.
I think I've got line of sight. I know where this is. Okay, there it got one. We're right at the edge of what it can see, though. There it got one. The camera sees the module. I don't know what else to point the camera at. All right, it's not getting a signal here. So we'll go back to, so that's pretty much the same, a little bit farther. Just mark 10 feet farther than the last one. I think we were a little farther down the hill.
What is it called?
That's the, call it a 433 coil. It's supposed to be tuned. It says LilyGo 433 because this one actually came with one of our LilyGo devices, but they send them with some of these modules too. Like I know we're in the yard where we were. I can just pull up Google Maps and put a straight line and measure that line. Okay. Looks good. All right, so now we're going to switch over to one of our homemade antennas. This antenna is not in my bucket. Oh, there it is. Okay. specially made for 433 megahertz. It's just a quarter wave monopole. It's a little shorter than if it was just straight wire because the PLA plastic changes the properties a little bit. Oh wait, oh it's scanning, okay. Scanning, it's at 0. There's the signal. Alright, we're gonna have to walk around the fence here though. Let's get... Here, why don't you manage this? I'll manage the notepad. You don't need to hold it up. We'll walk around the fence over to the field. I think it'll get quite a bit farther than the other ones. Let me know if you're getting signals.
I did. I got
Okay. Yeah. When we tested these just with a key fob, what we found was that they were, oh geez, 4 or 5 times farther better. What's that? You got one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So having this tuned monopole antenna really does seem to make a difference. All right. Oh, we forgot to mow this. What's that? I think I mowed the paths up here though, so we'll be out of the long grass in a minute. Getting any signals?
Yeah, I just got it.
Yeah, see, crazy. I think we just keep walking and you tell us when you feel like we're not getting signals. Why don't you walk ahead?
Maybe we should point the camera at this so I can actually see that it's getting signals.
Oh. Can we? I don't know if we can see the screen. Let's just stop and show what the screen shows. It's kind of hard to see the screen, I think, outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just showing. It's only caught 4, so we haven't caught one in a little bit, hey? There's some trees, but you can kind of see too the device from here. Maybe we're at the limit of this one. Let's walk a little closer. All right, let's see right here. We'll just walk straight toward it until you get a signal. You want me to do it in this tall grass?
Yeah.
Okay. There we got one. Where were we? Were we behind that tree? There, I got one. Yeah, it could just be the orientation on the porch. Yeah, it was on the other side of that tree, wasn't it? All right, well, we'll call it here. Got a signal here. Let's write this down. So I could draw a straight line too on the map. Okay, let's switch it out for this. Probably need both hands, so I'll take everything else. So this is a quarter wave ground plane antenna. In addition to the antenna element that goes up, there's 4 additional elements that go.
I already got
Oh yeah, well, I imagine this one's going to be pretty good. Let's just keep walking on this one. So this one's got 4 elements that go down too. Yeah. Still getting any?
Not yet, but it's only been like 6.
Okay. Oh,
I got another one.
okay. We're down out, and we're even out of like. We're looking through those trees and some ground and a building. Like, we're behind some stuff right now, and it got a signal. I expected as much with that antenna. I want to go up by those evergreen trees there and see if we can get a signal up there.
Okay.
Because you can see that's line of sight again. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get a signal here again. We're really low down now. No line of sight. It's going through the ground.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, geez. What's that?
Do you want me to tell you every time I get one?
Yeah, why don't you? It's fun that way. Okay. Wonder if we're gonna. I think we're gonna run out of space to hike before we run out of signals. We'll just keep going a bit further until we can't see the house anymore. I don't know if they hear you on the microphone, but I'm laughing every time you say I got another one because I didn't think we'd get this far.
Yeah.
Oh. This is where the neighbors shoot their rifles, so hopefully they're not going to be shooting at us anytime here soon.
Oh, I got
2?
two.
That's okay. Oh, that's weird.
I might have blocked the first one.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got another one.
All right. Well, let's keep going. See how far we can go.
I got another one.
All right. We're on a little hill here. You're not getting any signals? I'll hold it up. I'm a little taller.
Yeah. Just a little.
All right. Got a signal. We are half a mile from the house? Not quite half a mile. No, that's not half a mile. Well, we'll measure it when we get home. Let's go up there. Just a little farther, just why not? Then I want to try a couple of these other antennas. Oh, here I'm showing everybody the bottom. Why don't you hold the camera for a bit? It's recording, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten any signals while we were walking here, but I'm hoping the best way to
Yeah.
Got a signal.
Signal.
All right. We don't have any place to go any farther. Hi everyone. Sorry that cut off a little abruptly. We next switched out a few different antenna lengths on that ground plane antenna to see if tweaking the length would make it work any different, but it didn't. The initial length we had was definitely the best length. You can see the results of our testing here. our transmitter was over here on the right at the house, the little green dot. The flipper internal antenna, in this testing, only made it 23 yards. I really think if we had futzed a bit with how we held the flipper, different orientations, our hands further from the antenna, things like that, we'd probably have gotten a little farther. And that's just because of some testing I'd done in the past. I generally found that that flipper internal antenna was almost as good as that external stock kind of monopole antenna that came with my CC1101 module. But in this testing it wasn't. That external stock monopole antenna made it out to 46 yards, a little bit farther than when it's that coil antenna, the shorter one, but it's looks like a spring, and it's supposed to be tuned for 40 and 33 megahertz as well. But yeah, the custom antenna that we made, that's a quarter wave monopole, so length of 14 gauge wire, cut down to the right length. It's a little shorter than it would be if it was just a bare wire, because it's got a PLA printed plastic sleeve over it. But that gets us out to about 145 yards here over by the pond, which was kind of cool, kind of expected. That's what I'd seen in the past. But I was really excited about the ground plane antenna. This is the first time I've tested it with this setup. And yeah, we were able to hike all the way out here, 661 yards, so not really half a mile, but still quite a bit better than the stock antennas that can come with the CC1101 modules. You know, we had the clear line of sight all the way out here at 661 yards, and then like I said, we cut it off because the rest of it kind of got meandering. But one of the things we did on the way back is we walked back through the woods with that same ground plane antenna. And you can see here at the top of the screen this yellow dot where we were able to pick up a signal on that path, like through all of this woods. So that was kind of cool too, that the antenna worked with some potential obstructions in the way as well. Yeah, really excited about this ground plane antenna. I am going to post the design on our GitHub site. I should be able to link that below. Hopefully we'll be able to, I'm waiting for some parts from China, but hopefully we'll be able to get some of these quarter wave ground plane antennas on our Tindy store. I should say Maya's Tindy store. That's her summer job. She's trying to build and sell stuff through Tindy there. Some of these flipper modules, as well as some radio sound tracking devices and other things we come up with, like this ground plane antenna. So we'll have that on the store. We'll have that on GitHub so you can build your own. If you just want to design your own antenna, this is the website. So there's Google for quarter wave ground plane antenna calculator, and this first link that comes up will give you the calculations to create your own. You know, plug in 433 megahertz here. I don't have a 315 megahertz antenna that I've tested yet. As you can see, you end up with almost a foot long radiating element, a foot long quarter wave antenna. I haven't had use for that, but I'll probably start working on those as well. But yeah, once you know the calculations, what you end up building is an antenna that's got four, basically at a 45-degree angle, metal rods going down, and those are all connected to ground or connected to the shield of your antenna cable, and then one element going up that's the actual antenna that's not connected, that's to the shield, that's connected to the center of the cable. So that's what I used for the design. Nothing special there. So yeah, look for that on our Tindy store. Hopefully we'll do some more cool testing like this. Thank you.